Hi folks, hope you're doing well today. What's going on in your neck of the woods? Well, today what's going on in our neck of the woods is that we're going to be talking about inheritances. Now, we have a saying around here in our office, you truly don't know somebody until you have to share an inheritance with them. One or two things is going to happen. Maybe something a little bit in between, but one or two things. Either they're going to be bad or they're going to be good. Okay, maybe a little bit in between. Okay, so it's been our experience, especially lately, that we've got a lot of family feuds out there, and it's all over stuff. Let me give you some examples. So I had a client who came in and I said, look, your sisters want copies of photographs. If you will please bring me those photographs in, I will take them to the store, get them copied. It won't cost you a dime. And they can get copies and you can keep the originals. Fine. He brings me a bag of pictures, dumps them on my desk. He had cut them into thirds. No reason for that. By the way, I fired that client. Thank goodness. I mean, I'm not going to deal with it. But we've got so many, we've got in-laws, outlaws out there that are talking, that are really getting some knockdown, drag-out arguments over stuff. And that's what it is stuff. Now, when I'm talking about in-laws, we're talking about children. Outlaws, we're talking about children, spouses, or significant others. So what do? How do you try and rectify that? Okay, do you leave all your children in charge so that maybe there's some kind of impasse? Probably not, because what's going to happen is they're going to argue till there's nothing left in the estate. And the point is that you're leaving something for them to enjoy. You're leaving them a legacy. But these kids, for whatever reason, have decided that they would rather fight over stuff than over the legacy. Who would you appoint as your trustee or your personal representative or your executor? Somebody you trust. Somebody who you think will be fair. It could be one child. It could be two children, two of your children. It could be your attorney. Okay, we serve in those positions sometimes. It could be your CPA, it could be a friend. Anybody who you trust that you feel would be fair to distribute your assets out to your heirs or to your beneficiaries in accordance with your wishes. Remember, you got a will and you have the right to say who gets your property, when they get your property, and how they're going to get your property. You're going to have somebody who's going to be in charge to say, look, I don't care who these children are, but this is what the document says, and we're going to do exactly what you say in the document. Maybe you want to leave your children involved somehow, some way. Well, put them on a advisory committee. Let them have a say-so, but don't let them have ultimate say-so if you don't think that they can't be fair. Remember my video where I discussed fair versus equal? I'm going to leave a link to it right up here. Okay, so go take a look at that. In that video, basically, I explained that fair doesn't mean equal, and equal doesn't mean fair. Just because you've got 3 children doesn't mean they have to each share a third of your estate. Maybe one child has been in the family business and run the family business for all her life, and that's all he or she knows. So maybe, and that's a large part of your estate, maybe that child gets the family business. Maybe one child is got substance abuse problems and has always had substance abuse problems and will probably always have those problems. So maybe you don't leave him or her a large portion of your estate. You leave them a little bit, okay? You leave them something, but not a full share. But that's what I'm talking about with fair versus equal. You want to have somebody who's going to be fair and impartial to your children or your beneficiaries under your will. They don't determine who gets what. You've already determined that in your will. So you just have to determine who's going to be fair and impartial, who's not going to show any favorites amongst the children or the grandchildren, whoever it may be. Because you have the power to determine who's going to get your property, how they're going to get it, and when they're going to get it. You just have to figure out who's going to carry that out. Being fair is not necessarily being equal. Equal is not fair, but you just need to determine who's going to carry out your wishes. So if I've been a help to you today, if you have any questions, like and subscribe, leave some comments below. We'll be glad to address them to you. And as always, feel free to contact us at any time. We're here to help. This is all we do. And until next time, be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story